Yo, what is going on, YouTube? I'm your host, Biscuits, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to be customizing the all-new Ubermacht Niobe. So this car was just recently added into GTA Online with the latest update, the Bottom Dollars Bounty DLC. This car is primarily based on a BMW i8 in real life. The Ubermacht Niobe does have HSW upgrades available, so let's go ahead and head on over to the LS car meet, and there we can trick this thing out. So the Ubermacht Niobe is in the sports class category for racing. The HSW upgrade is going to cost $1.8 million, which is like the price of the vehicle. So that's pretty crazy. Alright, we'll throw that on. So starting off, we have some arch covers. Also have some bolt-on and race kit. So the front doesn't look too bad, but the rear looks horrible. So if you look at the none option, look how sunk in the rear wheels and tires are. And when you add bolt-on fenders to it, it makes it look even more sunken in and worse. So we'll leave that off. Armor will go ahead and go 100%. Brakes will go HSW. For the front bumpers, got some various slip options, performance, carbon performance trim, and some splitter options with the tow hook. I think I'm gonna go for the carbon extended trim. On the rear bumpers, we can do a primary, a carbon, we can add a diffuser, that's nice. Do a secondary diffuser, and a diffuser with a bridge, and the same thing but in secondary. Yeah, let's go for the diffuser, that's a nice look. Moving on to the engine, we will go HSW, of course. For the exhaust, just gonna do like a rounded bore, twin rounded sharpened bore. That just looks like an HDMI port. Twin sharpened, so that's just dual HDMI ports. Twin exit, titanium, triple, and triple titanium. The triple definitely reminds me of like Honda Civic Type R exhaust, or even like the newer Acura Integras. If you've seen those, have the triple exit exhaust. Cool, but does not fit on a BMW i8. Let's go twin exit. Moving on to the grille, we can do primary, carbon, graded, horizontal mesh, have a rigid, and a race. Let's go for the carbon grille. Now onto the hood. So secondary, maybe trim hood divider, another secondary option. We have a smooth hood. So secondary smooth, trim intake cover. So there's like a few vents right there on the front. Same thing but in secondary. We also have twin vented if you want to completely get rid of the black accent, and then you can make the black accent forged carbon as well. Alright, we're going for the smooth hood. For the headlights, we will go xenon. Liveries, got a few different options. We have white arrow. That looks very strange. I don't like the arrow at all. We have same thing but black arrow, white contour, more arrows. Black contour, same thing. Got the old school iconic, and same thing but with a gray scale. And we have radiance. Got a Beast 76, a race livery, another race livery, and of course the two HSW racing liveries. Alright, moving on to the mirrors, we can go primary, secondary, carbon, custom. Okay, that's kind of cool. Primary custom, secondary custom, and the carbon custom. Nice. The carbon custom mirrors are interesting. They kind of look like what a lot of people do in real life with their BMWs. They just get the carbon cap covers for their mirrors and they just stick them on. And also pretty cool to notice only the top half is carbon, the bottom half is still the primary body color. So that's kind of interesting. Yeah, let's go for the carbon custom mirrors. Alright, for the plate, let's go Biscuits plate, of course. And yeah, let's make it black and yellow. For the roof, go secondary, could go carbon. Yeah, aerial antenna on the back there. Use some vortex generators. secondary roof, another secondary, a carbon roof with the aerial antenna, carbon with generators, and then we do have a massive roof scoop. Same thing but secondary and the carbon roof. And I think we'll just go for the aerial roof, add the little shark fin on there. I think that's a nice touch. For the side skirts, we can do primary. Looks like there's a secondary carbon option, a slipstream street, another secondary, another carbon, and some wing skirts. Secondary wing, the carbon wing, and the canards. Okay, the canards are kind of interesting. I thought canards belong on like the front bumper. Apparently you can put them on the side skirts too now. Alright, let's go for the carbon skirts. Nothing crazy, it matches up with the front bumper nicely. Onto the spoiler. So we have a lip, we have a ducktail, a secondary ducktail, a trim sport spoiler. That looks very strange. Got the GT wing Mark II, bumper mounted, and of course the giant wang, the race wing. I guess we'll just go for the ducktail. That way we can get that traction bonus. Suspension, so we'll go ahead and do competition. So this is the second HSW vehicle from the Bottom Dollars Bounty DLC that does not have an HSW suspension option. The lowest it goes is competition. This is the exact same thing on the Annis Euros X32, so that is kind of interesting. Transmission, we will go HSW, of course, and we definitely need the HSW Stage 3. The windows, let's go ahead and black out the windows with some limo tint. Let's go wheels. I think we're gonna have to go Giga Mesh for the wheels. These look really, really good. Try those. Color, black looks really nice, so let's go ahead and do black. And we definitely want to go ahead and do some bulletproof tires. Alright, so now we just got to figure out the respray. So we have a primary color. We also have a secondary color. And finally, we do have a trim color. And I believe the trim color is just strictly the interior. I don't see anything else changing on the exterior, so let's just be interior only. This metallic diamond blue looks really, really good, so I think I'm going to have to throw that on. For the secondary color, I think I'm going to do something a little bit crazy and go for a chameleon and go for this orange purple flip. And the reason I think I'm going for that is if you see right above both the taillights, there's like this orange arch that goes just out to the right and to the left of the spoiler, and that color is just permanently orange. You cannot change that at all. So my thinking is let's just try to kind of match it up to this secondary color, and maybe it'll kind of fit better because it does look slightly out of place. And for an interior color, we'll just keep it black, and let's go ahead and do some underglow. Why not? We'll do front, back, and sides. And I think we'll just do white. We'll leave it white so it's nice and clean. That should be everything. Let's go ahead and get this outside. We can do sound test and first driving impressions. Alright, and here is the Niobe outside in the sunlight. The front carbon lip is very nice. I did notice the grille. So if you look, the inside of the grille is carbon fiber, which was an option. However, the outside of the grille is still chrome by default. So you're always going to have chrome on the outside of the grille no matter what. So I think the wheel choice we went with is very fitting. The chrome lip on the wheel is a nice complement to the grille. The secondary color actually carries over into the headlight. You can see a little bit of orange there on the corner as well as the corner of the inside headlight. So I thought that was pretty cool. The carbon fiber mirror caps look sick, they're on point. The secondary orange just works really well in this car, especially because of the orange arches that are just permanent on the car. So I did point these out while we were customizing it, but if you look just to the right of the spoiler, this orange arch, and to the left of the spoiler as well, another orange arch is just permanently orange. I don't know why there's no option to change that, but might as well complement it and use this chameleon orange flip color because it's almost like a perfect match. It looks like it fits really, really nicely. So I think the back end of the car is the only thing I don't really care for. The back end just kind of looks weird. I mean, I guess it looks pretty spot on from an i8, but I just don't care for how the i8s look in real life as far as the back end of them goes. Now, this car from the side and from the front, I think it looks really good. It looks aggressive, it looks sporty. Very, very good looking car from the front and from the sides, at least in my opinion. Get all the doors open and get a closer look at everything. So let's start off underneath the hood. Very minimal detail. All I can see is a battery and looks like an engine cover. So the doors are very, very cool. They are gull wing doors, so they open up sideways like this. So here's the interior. I have to say the chrome trim pieces in the interior are a nice touch, as well as the chrome that goes around the vents. Coming around the back here, underneath the hatch, we can see what looks like the battery-powered motor. Since this vehicle is a hybrid in real life, I think Rockstar wanted to replicate that in the game. And coming around here to the front door, take a closer look at the interior. Very nice, got the chrome on the shift knob. Alright, let's go ahead and do that sound test. Very nice. Doesn't really sound that good, but it also doesn't really sound that bad either. I mean, this car is supposed to be a hybrid. It's a hybrid in real life, so I think that's why Rockstar made it sound the way it did. Alright, let's go ahead and give it some gas and floor it. Okay, first things first, the acceleration is pretty much amazing. This thing just gets up and goes. A little bouncy. It's a little bouncy, like every bump. It likes to bounce, as you can see. The Ubermacht Niobe has a top speed of 159 miles per hour, which is very impressive for a sports car. This vehicle is also the new fastest sports car around a track, which is crazy to me that the La Course has been dethroned by the Ubermacht Niobe. Alright, let's go ahead and try a brake test. And brake. Nice. Pretty good brakes. Not really amazing or anything, but I would say well-rounded, average brakes for an HSW vehicle. Let's do a drivetrain test and figure out if this thing is all-wheel drive or rear. Yes. Okay, so we have all-wheel drive on this i8. So far, I'd say the handling is about average. There is definitely some oversteer going on, but nothing that's like uncontrollable. It's definitely manageable. And because this car is just so fast, as soon as you have any oversteer at all, if you just punch it, it'll just correct it immediately. Alright guys, well that's going to pretty much do it for this video. Overall, the Ubermacht Niobe with the HSW upgrade is a vehicle that I would highly recommend, especially if you do races in GTA Online, since this is the new king of track racing for the sports class. If you're a fan of BMWs, especially the i8 BMW, then I would highly recommend picking this up. So I'll go ahead and wrap the video up here. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please smash that like button. Consider subscribing if you are new here. Thank you guys for watching. Please stay safe, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace out.